Barry Zito and Tim Hudson were homegrown A's who dominated for the 5 seasons they spent as teammates in Oakland. At different times, their career paths would lead them across the bay to the Giants, where both would win the ultimate prize as world champions. Now 2 teammates who started their journey together meet as Bay Area rivals. Zito and Hudson finish where they started, and it's coming up next. Beautiful Saturday afternoon for baseball here at the Oakland Coliseum as we get ready for Giants and A's baseball, Game 2 of this 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, this is one of those games where there's a lot going on, and it, more than just whatever the final score is. Today it's Hudson and Zito, 2 guys that played some really great years here in Oakland, and they're going to square off.
Well, and I think the best part about these guys is that everybody in the Bay Area likes them, whether you're an A's fan, whether you're a Giants fan. If you've been around these guys and watched their career, the way that they've handled themselves, you have to respect what they've done. For Barry Zito, in his 15th year, 165 wins, and for Tim Hudson, 17 years, 222 wins. That's a lot of wins. Giants fans, A's fans, both enjoyed the careers of both these guys.
And I think it's unanimous, at least as we walk around here, that everybody wants both of these guys to do well today. All right, when we come back, you'll see Zito, you'll see Hudson, and we hope you're going to see a great game. When we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch right after this.
Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the new spicy nacho chicken sandwich munchie meal tonight, only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here at the Coliseum is Barry Zito. Just about 2 minutes ago left the dugout. He got a great ovation from both A's fans and Giants fans here in attendance. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 71 degrees, calm, humidity at 66%, and it's a sunny day. Here's the Giants lineup. It'll be Pagan, Tomlinson, and Duffy. Buster Posey, the cleanup hitter. Then it'll be Bird, Crawford, and Mac Williamson, who will be the DH. Jared Parker, you see what he's done. He's got the long ball swing going right now, and then Brown will hit ninth.
On the hill today for the Oakland A's will be the left-hander Barry Zito. Zito, 37 years of age. He's a 15-year veteran at the big league level. This year in Nashville, AAA affiliate with the A's, in 22 starts, he went 8-7, a 3.46 ERA. And for Zito, when you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a fastball that's mid-80s, the big curveball and a changeup. I mean, he's not throwing the cut anymore, which was a pitch he had for about the last 6-7 years. That's no longer in his repertoire. So pretty much fastball, curveball, changeup. Lifetime against the Giants, Zito 1-2.
And the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get underway at 1:06. And Pagan lifts one out to left, and there is the left fielder Fold, and that's how this game gets started. Spanish audio for this game is available through your SAP button, and it's presented by Jack Daniels.
Number 37, Calvi Tomlinson.
So here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson 1 for 5 last night. Pagan and Bird, the only hitters in this lineup that have faced Zito before. And the strike, and it's 0-1. Duffy to follow. And the next pitch, a fastball is high. Bill Miller behind the dish. It'll be Wolf, Hoberg, and Adrian Johnson from first to third.
And Bill Miller, a good umpire. I mean, he's got a nice zone to pitch to, very consistent. He's an umpire that will look for strikes. Good pitcher's umpire.
As he does there, 1-2. Tomlinson overall at 275, a home run, 15 driven in. And this is stroked into center field, a base hit. That's the diving Sogard.
Oh, Sogard almost pulled it off. Let's take a look at that defense the A's will have today behind Barry Zito, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Fold, Burns, and Reddick, the best arm in right field with Reddick, and it's a good one. Sogard and Valencia will be on the left side of the infield. Lowry and Canna will be on the right side. Stephen Vogt, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. There's the attempt from Sogard, who almost pulled off a miracle. And how close was he? About a glove away. I'm saying A+ for effort.
Duffy, his only hit last night was a home run in the first inning. Here he takes a strike. We haven't seen that big slow curveball yet from Zito. A signature for him throughout his entire career.
Well, I mean, he's throwing below the average speed. It's going to take you a while to get time to him.
Duffy overall, 11 home runs, 73 driven in. Tomlinson with good speed. And it's in tight. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomlinson 5 steals on the year. He's been thrown out 3 times. And Zito, a hard toss to first, and Tomlinson back easily. Giants have lost 3 straight, all by the same final score, 5-4. 2 in San Diego, and the game here last night. Duffy bouncing ball into the hole, a base hit. Tomlinson takes a wide turn, and Posey will come up. So I'm sure this is a bit odd for Buster Posey, who caught so many games that Zito started.
Well, he'll definitely have an idea as to how to go about taking his at bat against Zito.
I believe Buster just gave Zito a nod.
A lot of respect from both guys, from Posey to Zito and Zito to Posey.
And out in front on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Here's the nod.
You get that from a former teammate. It's as good as it gets right there.
Tomlinson at second, Duffy at first. Foul back, 0-2. Zito in the press conference with Hudson yesterday said, you know, kiddingly, look, I just saw the Giants scouting report. Said, I've never seen a scouting report on how to pitch Buster Posey. Fly ball to left, and it'll be Fold who puts it away. Here's our Geico quote.
I'm really grateful to be able to take that mound and go up against this guy and, you know, watch these familiar colors on the other side. And I'm looking at scouting reports I've never looked at. Buster Posey, that guy can hit. I mean, the scouting report says so. I've never looked at a scouting report before.
So here's Bird. Bird has faced Zito 11 times, 3 hits and 11 at bats. And he takes high. One of those hits a home run. Bird went 1 for 4 last night. He had an RBI. Way out in front.
That's a changeup. That is the hardest thing when you face a guy like Zito, who's so far under the normal throwing speed that you just get off your back leg and you get reach in your swing. It's so hard to wait. Let that ball get to you.
Hit into right center field. On the move is Burns, and it's high off the top of the wall. Tomlinson will score, and Duffy will score. And Bird missed a home run by 3 feet.
You talked about the 11 at-bats of experience he's had against him. He had an approach, go the opposite way, and he sees the big curveball, and he waits on it. And he doesn't give up on it. Goes right to the right center field gap, and how close was it to a 3-run homer? Close. 3 feet. He'll have to settle for a 2 RBI double. Nice 2-strike, 2-out at bat.
So here's Crawford. The overshift is on for Crawford, and he takes a strike.
29 RBIs in 33 games for Bird. He's not done today. He has been sensational.
Total wise now on his year with the Reds and Giants, he's over 70. No swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Crawford had a couple of hits last night. He's at 259.
Crawford, when he went into San Diego, he was in the middle of a 4 for 49 slump, and all of a sudden he got his swing back. And a big part of it is he's got his legs back. has been his secret to success all year long. The balance he's had is at bat, the consistency.
Fouls it back.
When he's right, I mean, he'll hit the ball all over the ballpark, and he has done that on this road trip. Double off the wall in left field last night. Home run to dead center in San Diego. Pulling the ball with authority. Locked in again.
This should end the inning. Is Fold underneath it, and that'll retire the side. 2 runs on 3 hits. Hudson coming out. From all the fans here at the Coliseum. There's a lineup that he'll be facing. A winning lineup last night. It'll be Burns, who is red hot right now. You can see what he's done. It'll be Cannon, Reddick, and then Valencia. Vogt is going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Butler, Laurie, Sogard, and Sam Fold.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the veteran right-hander Tim Hudson, 6'1", 175-pounder. He's 40 years old. In his 17th year at the big league level. This year, in 22 games, he's gone 8-8 with a 4.20 ERA, 63 strikeouts against 32 walks in 120 innings. And for Hudson, with 222 lifetime wins, when you take your at-bat against him now, you're going to see high 80s sink. He'll cut the ball, hard slider, curveball, changeup. He'll mix it up. When he's right, you'll see a lot of knee-high strikes.
So here's Burns, and Burns taps this one to Tomlinson. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Let's take a look at that Giants defense playing behind Hudson today. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Parker, Pagan, and Bird, the best arm in left field with Jared Parker, Crawford, Duffy on the left side of the infield. Tomlinson, Posey on the right side. Trevor Brown, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Canna. Canna took an 0 for 4 yesterday, hitting .252. And he takes a strike. Canna's had a good season. You look at the overall numbers, 66 runs batted in. Nothing in 2.
It's been the one pitch I think is so dramatically different coming back off of the disabled list is the slider. When he went on the DL, that slider just kind of dried up, got very lazy. And it's got some quickness back.
Pokes this one into right field for an 0-2 base hit.
And that's about all you could do with the location. I mean, that was not a hanger. 0-2 slider off the plate. Canna, nice job of using his hands.
See on the left in the sunglasses is Mark Mulder. See, Madison Bumgarner's wife, I believe, is that Allie sitting behind him?
That's Allie Bumgarner in the back with the Giants jersey on.
And Hudson's wife, Kim, sitting next to Mulder. So Reddick hitting .273. And the strike.
Saw Kim Hudson with the 3 Hudson children. He has 2 daughters, Kennedy and Tess, and a son, Cade.
They're all in there somewhere. Lifted out to left. Parker now recovers to make the catch.
Well, that's the problematic part of the left field position today. A lot of sun you're going to have to deal with, and that applies to the shortstop and his third baseman as well. It's definitely a sunglasses day if you're in the outfield and you're playing on the left.
So here's Danny Valencia. Valencia had a hit in 4 at-bats last night. He's 0 for 2 lifetime against Hudson. And he rolls this one slowly to Tomlinson, and that's going to end the inning. Valencia decided not to run.
His legs hurt?
Yep. 2-0 Giants.
Wow. Yes, Game 5. Giants taking on the Cardinals, and Barry Zito goes 7 2/3, 6 hit, no runs allowed, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He was the winning pitcher. Giants won that ball game 5-0. If you remember, he started out that game against the Cardinals. They loaded the bases in the first inning with nobody out. He would pitch out of it and go on to go 7 2/3 strong, and that's our McDonald's true stories.
Well, I might say that that was the highlight of his career, but then his next start might have been the highlight of his career.
But the Giants were down 3-1 in that series in St. Louis, and he stuffs them.
So here's Mac Williamson. Yeah, well, the next start was
beats Verlander, gets a hit,
yeah,
takes Game 1 of the World Series.
this little pop-up is back a second. Of course, it helps if you got a guy that hits 3 home runs for you in the game.
It does help. Take a look at the career for Barry Zito with the A's. 102-63 with a .618 win percentage, a .355 ERA, 2002 Cy Young Award winner, and in that year he went 23-5 with a 2.75 ERA. As a Giant, 197 starts, 63 and 80 with a 4.62 ERA. But look at his starts postseason, 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA. And a huge part of that 2012 championship.
Here's Parker. Parker takes in tighty. Hit his third home run of the year last night. One that they're still talking about here today. He's got 5 RBIs. He's 7 for 22 since his call-up. His home run went to the upper deck. Upper deck.
Upper deck.
Baseball people, they're not in awe that much. So Dave Fleming, who was not here last night, he came in and he said, so how far into the seats below the Loge level did that home run go? There's a breaking ball for a strike. And he said, no, it went over the Loges into the seats where the tarps are. And that he could not believe. He couldn't believe it. Stanford guys aren't that easily persuaded on things like that.
Well, first time it's ever happened.
Hit well to left. Full on the move. Out of here. He's done it again.
That's his 4th home run, and only one of them have gone to the pole side of the field. One to right, one to center in the upper deck here, and now 2 to left field. One in San Diego and here, and this comes in a 2-strike count. Fastball away, and just top hand throw. And you talk about some TNT in those wrists. This one jumped out of here.
So here's Brown. Brown is 2 for 14 since his call up. And he went 0 for 1 with a walk last night. Swing and a miss.
Not much of a stride either. I mean, if he takes a stride, just a little toe tap really gets that front foot down and then just unloads the backside through. And the thing that he does that's impressive is he lets the ball get deep to him. No reach in that swing.
This is on the ground to Sogard, a bit of a jam shot. Last night we were talking about it, and this will give Dave Fleming a chance to see it. It's our Togo's big play, the Togo's way. This is off of Ryan Doe. Up. Somewhere between 454 and 474. Here's Pagan. Pagan's got a lifetime home run off of Zito. A fly ball to left in the first inning. Hit into left center field. Diving and missing is full. Pagan's going to head into second base with a double. So good effort by Sam Fold, who's been known to pull some of those off.
Well, as soon as he went in the air, I thought he was going to get caught. Just because of his reputation.
Number 37, Calvi.
Another look at the Parker home run.
Now this again was in a 2-strike count. Goes into the first row of the upper deck. And it just stunned the place. The best reaction was looking down in both dugouts to see the reaction of the players. A lot of head shaking. A lot of questions saying, who is this guy? because he did something that just doesn't get done. And Jose Canseco was in the ballpark last night. He was being interviewed on the A's broadcast side, and he said he'd never seen one hit up there. I mean, that's the center field too.
Yeah, that is. Into center field, it's going to fall. Pagan's going to score, and it's 4-0. So Tomlinson's 2 for 2.
And the call down in the bullpen, so the A's with some activity. I know one thing Bob Melvin wants to do is he wants to come into an inning and he wants to take Zito out at some point in this game and let him take a walk-off to a final applause.
Absolutely.
Maybe the last time he hears it is an active player.
Duffy singled off of Valencia's glove in the first inning. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Three hits in the inning. Way outside to even the count. Buster Posey's on deck. Not sure if Bob Melvin would let Zito face Posey if Duffy reaches. So for Zito, this will be pitch number 41. And a strike. So it's 2-2.
Dan Otero, the right-hander, is that arm down in the A's bullpen.
Driven to right, and that'll end the inning. Giants score twice. Once on the Parker opposite field home run, his fourth of the year. Remember, he had one taken away from him by A.J. Pollock. It's bye-bye, baby. It's 4-0 Giants. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, where Stephen Vogt's going to lead things off, facing Hudson. And a pitch down low. Hudson in that first inning gave up a single, 2 ground balls and a fly ball to left. Vogt takes wide. He went 0 for 4 last night. He's an all-star.
Nice solid season. You take that out of your catcher any day of the week.
Yeah, the Bay Area is pretty fortunate to have a couple of guys like Posey and Vogt. Butler on deck.
Vogt last night won the Catfish Hunter Award.
All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. So what does Tim Hudson think of all the fun and creative ways the Giants have paid tribute to his career so far? Well, he told me they're a good-looking bunch in those skull caps and white polos. Of course, that's Tim Hudson's road uniform. They're giving game faces. And then today, when I walked in the clubhouse, 100% participation, every single Giants player wearing a Tim Hudson jersey. In all seriousness, though, guys, he said he really appreciates the effort, the thought put into it. He never expected it. He also went on to say that when the game is done, the accolades, the honors, those are great, but it's really about what people thought about you that matters, gentlemen.
Well, that's true, and he thoroughly enjoyed it on the flight back from San Diego. Hudson's been known to wear a pair of blue jeans and a cream-colored polo shirt, and to the man, everybody had him on, and he thought it was great.
Well, and then the skull caps were icing on the cake, and it was a sight to behold. Today, it's Tim Hudson Day, and he's going to get one more start.
So here's Brett Laurie. Be careful with this guy. He likes to swing it hard. He's hitting .267. Ball seems to be carrying pretty well today as well. So Hudson is the master of the ground ball, and he needs one right here. Sogard to follow. A walk and a hit batter. And as my partner likes to say, a rally for free.
Well, you hate to put yourself in a hole like that if you're a pitcher. You want them to at least swing the bat to earn their way on base. You walk a guy and hit a guy, especially when you have a 4-0 lead.
On the ground, Duffy near the bag, in and out of his glove. Everybody's safe. So there's the ground ball he needed and got.
Now, a ball that was going to go right over the bag, and in theory, you short hop this thing, you step on the bag, throw to first, you're going to get a double play, even with the speed of Laurie. But could not come up with it, and in the end, they couldn't even get the force at third. So plenty of opportunity here for Oakland.
And now you got speed and a guy that is more of a pest than Lowry. Sogard had a couple of hits last night, and he takes outside for a ball.
Hudson would give up a run to get a double play and be happy.
So now you got to get in the strike zone. Not close.
easy take. And he's really having a hard time getting his arm up this inning. 11 pitches in this inning, 10 of the pitches have been balls. And here you're not thinking to a corner, you're just thinking to the glove. And that target's going to be right behind home plate. And if you're Hudson's, you need to get lucky, but you have to throw a strike.
And the walk.
And the problem just getting his elbow up high enough to put his hand in his arm in position. This meeting on the mound brought to you by Ring Central, business communications made simple. And that's going to set up a red light in the Giants bullpen. And the concern is just not able to get the arm high enough. And this is all about mechanics. First question from Rigetti is going to be, all right? And if he says yeah, then it's going to be all right. Well, then shorten your stride, throw another pitch, get off the fastball, go to a slider, try and get up a little higher with your release. And Sam Folds, another guy who's not going to help you out. He knows the strike zone.
Well, really, Sogard, Fold, and Burns are all the same guy. And those three guys all hit right in a row. One ball and no strikes.
So he goes to another pitch. This one a changeup. Ryan Vogelsong, the Giants bullpen, and it's red alert. Crank it up.
Two and 0.
He's not trying to nibble. I mean, he's just trying to throw a strike, plain and simple. Once he got in the stretch position, it was very hard for him to get his elbow up high enough.
So here's Burns. So now Hudson can start from scratch. Burns bounced out to Tomlinson in the first inning. And a strike.
Very difficult to double up because of his speed. And he's not going to help you. He's just another guy that knows the strike zone well.
One ball and one strike to Duffy. Duffy's coming home. That's one, and that's all they'll get.
A nice play there, too, from Trevor Brown. Go across body and do a low backhand. see it. To reach down, and that's not an easy play with a catcher's glove. Another look at it. So they do get the out, and he manages to keep the ball in the glove, but no chance to get Burns at first.
I mean, if you're not going to be able to go around the horn and get the double play, you might as well get the out at home, right?
Yeah.
So here's Canna. Canna single in the first inning. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. A ground ball here, a double play. Hudson survives the inning. He may survive it anyway. Two and 0. Three walks, a hit batter, and an error.
Ogleson is ready.
Foul back, so you knew Canna was going to lay in the weeds on something fat, and he fouled it back. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And it hit him.
So 3 walks and 2 hit batsmen here for the A's. And there's no way you can defend it. And if you're Bruce Bochy, I mean, you want to play along. You realize what's going on here today, but there comes a point in time where you have to worry if this guy's hurting his arm.
Yeah.
He is not throwing it right. Saw the arm down in the right-hander or left-hander or both-hander. Venditti down in the A's bullpen.
So here's Reddick. And Reddick takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Really not close. And it's the same problem with every delivery.
That's it. Bruce Bochy is going to the bullpen.
So the old Warrior walks off the field for the last time here in Oakland, in a ballpark where he had a great career. He was 46 and 15 in this ballpark. And one final time, a standing ovation for a much respected career.
And he's not going to be happy. That's the sad thing. He could not figure it out here in the second. Although I will say this, he may have gotten out of that jam on the ball hit to Duffy, but after that he just couldn't get it.
And they want him to come out for one final applause.
So it'll be Vogelsong. And the count will be 2 balls and no strikes to Josh Reddick. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Ryan Vogelsong in now, making a relief appearance, 9-11 on the year, combining his 22 starts and 9 appearances out of the pen, 4.51 ERA. Fastball, low 90s. And when he's right, you'll see a lot of that, a lot of low strikes on the corners with the fastball. He'll 2 and 4 seam it. He's got a cutter, a curveball, and a changeup. So Trevor Brown going to come and talk to the veteran Vogelsong.
Maybe the first time they've hooked up.
Yeah.
Welcome to the big leagues, Trevor Brown. Talking about going to school quick. It reminds me of the old days of a rookie by the name of Kirk Manwaring trying to catch you guys.
We were not easy.
You were not. You tapped near second. Crawford 1. That's 2. And the Giants are going to hang on to the lead. I don't believe it. 4th. All right, let's check out our AT&T U-verse rewind. Tim Hudson's first career start with the A's against the Padres. That was in June of 1999 against the Pods. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. And he also, by the way, picked up his first big league hit. They called him out. He came out. He pointed over to the A's dugout. Very nicely done. So Zito to Posey here in the 3rd.
Well, got more wins than any active player. 222 Tim Hudson does. Class act. And everything he's done throughout his career, he's done it with dignity.
Outside 3-0. do not believe Buster Posey would swing at a 3-0 pitch right there.
I believe Zito's going to be allowed to pitch until he gets another guy on base.
On a play.
And if he gets another man on base, you may see Bob Melvin come out and get him, and you may see one last ovation for Barry Zito.
And the walk. So Bob Melvin's coming out, and we're going to stick around to watch Zito depart, just as Tim Hudson did, and Giants fans and A's fans alike will acknowledge the career of Barry Zito when he steps off the mound. Tim Hudson standing in front of the Giants dugout. So that part of the afternoon is now over.
Well, we're going to make it our Ford ride choice of September 29, 2013. And that's when Barry Zito made his last appearance as a Giant. And he struck out Mark Kotze. He left the mound to a standing ovation at AT&T. And he did it with class. He and Tim Hudson, the same type of career, and they did it in a very dignified way.
Yeah, that he was psyched that day. So here's Venditti.
So Zito one last time, the applause, and they'll never forget that moment. They would like to pitch better, absolutely, but you know what? Sometimes it isn't all about that.
When it's time for a change, thanks Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
The pitcher now, Pat Venditti for the A's. Very unique pitcher in 22 games, 1-2 with a 5.01 ERA. Why is he unique? Well, he's a righty and he's a lefty. He'll pitch right-handed against the right-handers. He'll pitch left-handed against the left-handers. Basically the same guy. He throws a little harder from the right side, but he's a fastball that he'll sink and cut, and a slider. Righty's hit 306, lefty's hit 108.
So it'll be Bird at the plate.
So Venditti about ready to go. You're going to see him throw right-handed against Bird, then he's going to throw left-handed against Crawford.
And a strike to Bird. Bird doubled high off the right center field wall. He did that in the first inning.
If you like symmetry in your athletes, well, Venditti's your guy.
I mean, it's like he got to the big league twice.
Yeah. And if he blows out one arm, not a problem.
He's got there as a right-hander, he got there as a left-hander, and if he could hit, could you imagine? Think he's a switch hitter?
Has to be.
Two balls and one strike.
I watched him warm up, and he warmed up right-handed, and then whoop. The glove that he has, he can wear on both hands. He puts the glove on his right hand, and he starts warming up the left arm.
Driven to left. Fold is right there to make the catch. And that'll bring up Crawford.
So very quickly he puts the glove on the other hand and he becomes a left-hander.
We always say,
Brandon Crawford.
kind of kiddingly, that if you're going to raise a child to get to the big leagues, make him a lefty. I think we have to think that over again.
Yeah, if you want your kid to get to the big leagues, make him throw with both arms.
Here's Crawford. Outside strike to Crawford, and it's 0-1.
Sidearm winger from the left side.
Swing and a miss. .71 miles per hour on that last pitch.
But big frisbee roundhouse breaking ball in perfect location.
Outside and low.
Crawford almost went after it. Now we heard of his story in spring training. We didn't get a chance to see him in spring, so this is our first look at him.
Hit on the ground. Nice backhand, Canna. And now his only play will be at first after he dropped it. So a couple of balls hit hard off of Vendetti, and the hitter now will be Mac Williamson, and he'll face the right-hander.
Ball hit right on the screws.
Number 51, Mac
Two hopper that kind of short hops him to the backhand, and on the exchange, whoop.
That's the big glove. Mac Williamson popped out to Canna at first. In a game that's hard to describe if you just tuned in, the Giants are leading 4-3. Swing and a miss, 0-1. And if Mike would like to recap that bottom of the second.
Well, it was not pretty. He scored 3 runs, did not get a hit. How about that?
Shot foul.
Tim Hudson, Barry Zito both started this game. Neither one getting past the second inning.
And, you know, Hudson looked pretty sharp in the first inning.
He
just
did.
Got out of whack in the second. Outside to Williamson. And also, if you just joined us, Jared Parker's got another home run. Hit one to the opposite field in the second. And that's going to end the inning. So, in one inning, Hudson departs, Zito departs. It's 4-3 Giants.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, Monday, September 28th is the Giants-Warriors Together We're Champions night. You can get a special event package, which will include a Giants Collector's Edition t-shirt, Together We're Champions t-shirt, and a ticket to the Dodger game. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
So here's Valencia, who takes a strike. Valencia bounced out in the first inning. And a base hit. No, the ceremonial first pitch today was thrown out by Warriors' Klay Thompson.
And he nails it. Put a toe plate on that guy, and he gets some people out.
His brother has done a really nice job once he got called up to the White Sox this year. There's Klay.
You think his offseason's been going fast?
Yeah, I bet it has. Here's Vogt. Saw a story today that Steve Kerr had a couple of back surgeries this offseason, so we want to wish him the best. Kind of messes with your golf game a little bit.
Yeah, a lot.
So Vogt's out of the stretch 2-0. And a strike. Valencia at first. Out of play. Trace Thompson, this is Clay's brother. This is off of Sonny Gray.
Got a curveball down and in. See you later.
Long arm swinger.
He's got a pretty good trot.
Yes, he does. High to right field. Bird now comes racing in, and he's not going to get there. So into second is Vogt.
Now the Giants, with Vogt's power, they had Bird playing very deep. It's the little hanging slider or curveball that he just hits off the end of the bat. And watch, I mean, he's thinking, oh, it's out. A little bit of half of a Gumby shoulder, and he just says, all right, I got to. He's not thinking he's going to get a double the first third of the way down the first base line. Then he sees where Bird is. Bird did not get a great jump on it. I don't think he saw it off the bat initially. Wouldn't have mattered. He was just too far away from it.
So here's Butler. Butler out of play. Butler hit by a pitch in that second inning. Out of play again.
He's going to get that breaking ball down. Been a while since Vogelsong's been out there. The last appearance he had was way back in the early part of September, September 7th. Giants in Arizona.
Got him.
Went up top to get the strikeout with nobody out, runner at third. That's a big strikeout for Vogelsong.
First strikeout in the game for Giants pitching.
Now batting second baseman, number 15, Laurie.
So here's Laurie. Laurie hit the ground ball to third that Duffy could not come up with in that second inning. Had he come up with it, it probably would have been a double play. Situation then would have been a runner at second with 2 outs. Instead, bases were loaded with nobody out. High and away, 2-0. Up and in, 3-0.
Mentioned the long layoff. 19 days without pitching. And you are going to have some rust, and you're going to have rust on your command. What happens, you know, your arm just starts to feel a little thick.
So Laurie takes the walk, and here's Sogard.
Now batting second baseman, number 28, Aaron Sogard.
Sogard's hit into 8 double plays on the year. And he's also a guy who can strike out. 360 at bats. He's struck out 47 times.
On the ground, fair over the bag. 2 runs are going to score. So a double for Sogard. And that'll bring up Sam Fuld. Fuld drew a walk with the bases loaded in the second. Giants now will play the infield in. Good curveball.
A little anger on that curveball. Cody Hall, the right-hander, getting heated up in the Giants bullpen.
Barker shading his eyes, tagging is Laurie, and the throw is cut off. So Fuld retired, and that'll bring up Burns. I'm telling you, the same guy's coming up.
Yeah, you get the same guy, 3 guys in a row. Sogard, Fuld, Burns, same type of guy.
Now batting center fielder, number 1, Billy
Down the right field line. Fair ball. So 2 runs are going to score.
So a first pitch breaking ball, just kind of an off balance swing from Burns, who just slaps it down the line. And with his speed, an easy double. We're thinking triple off the get-go. Nice play from Bird to keep it to 2, but an easy score of both runners. And it's a 4-run third inning for Oakland.
So here's Canna. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Song, a double look to second, and the pitch is outside for a ball. And left is Parker. And he falls down. And coming in to score is Burns.
Now we talked about how tough the sun is. It is a wrestling match with anything in the sky, and it comes over about right here. A little stumble. We'll see how they rule this one. I think it's going to be ruled a double, and that's going to be it for Vogelsong.
But it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog expert.
Is brought to you by Momo's, a San Francisco tradition.
Back here in Oakland, it's a 8-4 lead. So here's Reddick.
Cody Hall, the new pitcher now for the Giants. That's what he did in Sacramento, 1-3 with a 3.46 ERA, 55 strikeouts against 26 walks and 67 2/3. And he'll go to low to mid 90s with the fastball velocity, a good split. He also has a slider, but his split's a good one.
(3-0) to Reddick.
Danny Valencia on deck, and he led the inning off.
So a walk, second in the inning.
Now batting third baseman, number 26, Danny Valencia.
What Cody Hall needs to do now is throw a strike, get some confidence in that zone. And Valencia knows it, and he's looking for something fat.
One ball and no strikes.
Just like the first pitch to Reddick, and he comes right out of bed throwing that split. Just not able to get that thing in the strike zone yet.
Two 2-0.
So Trevor Brown going to come out, have a word with Cody Hall, try and calm him down. Buster Posey coming in from first, doing most of the talking, saying, hey, you can pitch here, you got good stuff, trust it, let's go, you're killing me.
Or something to that effect.
I think teammates talk a little harder to each other than coaches talking to a player, especially a catcher. He will fix that split finger in his hand before every pitch. He may not throw it every pitch, but guys that do have splits or fork balls, they do that to avoid tipping a pitch.
Vote to follow.
But you cannot defend a walk, and that has been the theme these last couple of innings. A lot of base on balls. It's the sixth walk in the last two innings, and that's going to bring Dave Righetti out. And he is going to pick up the same theme.
So Vogt's going to be the hitter. Bill Miller trying to break it up.
Well, Righetti knows Cody Hall. You have to know what the guy's number one go-to pitch is, and he has to throw a strike. And he's got three pitches. He got a fastball, slider, and a split. The fastball and the slider are easier to throw for strikes than the split, and he's put himself in a hole missing with splits, two consecutive hitters. So if you're Stephen Vogt, I mean, you're going to sit on something hard. You're going to look fastball, middle in, wherever your preference is, middle away. See how speed pitch that has put him into a 1-0 hole.
And a strike. That'll even the count and maybe settle Cody Hall down here in the third inning. 5 runs for the A's here in the third.
And you do start to panic when you can't get the ball in the strike zone. No question about that. You will lose all composure if you cannot get it in the strike zone. And each pitch you can't do it. It's tougher to try and throw it in the next pitch. It just gets worse.
Nice play by Brown. 2-2.
Cody almost hit him. When you have a 1-2 count, I mean, you want to throw something up there that's nasty to a good location. You don't want that hitter to think like he's playing dodgeball. I mean, there's no even threat that he's going to swing there. That's beyond an easy take. That's self-defense.
Out of play. Vogelsong started the inning. He got dinged, but he really didn't get hit that hard. But in this particular case, that really doesn't matter. It's 2-2. And that'll end the inning. So Vogt strikes out, damage done, 8-4 Athletics.
Bay Area is brought to you by Pete's Cold Brew. Keep it smooth.
Well, September 30th is Full Clubhouse Night, a tribute to Full House. Your special event package will include a collector's edition Giants Full House Snow Globe, featuring the famous painted ladies near Alamo Square, and a ticket to the Giants game taking on the Dodgers. So go to sfgiants.com/special events.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change in Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Good pitcher now for the A's will be Aaron Brooks, who's been in the rotation, the starting rotation, 2-4 and 7.09 ERA. 36 strikeouts against 11 walks, 61 hits in 42 2/3. Got a low 90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, the basic 4.
Facing Parker, who homered in the second. And Parker ropes this one on the ground to Brett Lawrie, 1 out. This was the home run in the second inning. He went to the opposite field.
Both home runs he's hit in this series. The bomb he hit last night to center in the second deck, and this opposite field home run, both hit 2-strike counts. I think that says a lot about a guy, the type of power that he has. He's got power.
So here's Trevor Brown, who takes a strike. Brown bounced out to Sogard in the second inning. On deck is Pagan. Tap slowly, knocked down by Brooks, and Brown should have a base hit. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
Hey guys, let's lighten it up a bit. Let's take a look at our fan photo. It's sponsored by T-Mobile. These two guys dressed to the nines might be getting ready to play the back nine after that game. Their quote, "We love our Giants." It's from Susie Marassi. Thank you. What do you got? Send in your photo. Tweet it to us at #CSNBA Data Strong Fan. Dwayne.
Atta babe. Lighten it up a little.
Let's go, Amber the Gamer.
Here's Pagan. And Pagan takes a strike. Doubled and scored in the second. Pagan taps this one, and they'll get 1 out.
All right, time now for our cold hard facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Giants National League ranks this season, batting average, well, #1, on base percentage #2, slugging percentage 4, and in runs per game, with they average over 4 runs a game, they rank 5th. And that's our cold hard facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
And with all the injuries, those numbers pretty impressive. So here's Tomlinson, who's 2 for 2. Pagan back. He's got 11 steals. And a strike on the outside corner.
Pretty much away with the fastball. We haven't seen him really attack the inside corner. Brooks, a Californian from Montclair, California, went to Cal State San Bernardino. Rookie. He's got him in a deal with the Kansas City Royals. That was the deal that sent Ben Zobrist to Kansas City.
Tapped on the ground on one hop, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the fourth coming up. 8-4 A's.
the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
The NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit, it's the largest on-air of investigative journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. You can watch award-winning stories that have helped make the Bay Area a better place at nbcbayarea.com/investigations. So here's Butler. Butler takes a strike.
So a quick strike one from Cody Hall. That's what he needs. That's what any pitcher needs, really. Strike one, very important.
Especially today.
Especially today. And it hasn't been a tight strike zone with Bill Miller.
Hold on the ground, foul.
All these walks the Giants have issued, you can't blame it on Miller's strike zone at all. If anything, it's been a strike zone that would favor the pitcher. Giants have walked 6 A's in this game through 3 innings.
Laurie and then Sogard. And that's pulled on the ground, foul. Butler makes a little walk out of the box.
Cody Hall likes to get you in a 2-strike count and throw that split at you. I mean, it's a good strikeout pitch for righties and lefties. There are times we've seen him have that thing going, and it looks unhittable. Today, it has been a little bit inconsistent.
Tap foul.
So Butler feeding the ball dudes right now.
There's one of them. Being well protected. Not only with a double flap helmet, but with his own bodyguard. Center field. Pagan. 1 out.
As the sun has moved, the center field has become the sun field.
Second baseman, number 15, Brett Laurie.
So here's Brett Laurie. Reached on an error, and he's reached on a walk. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Duffy to his left will spin and throw. Not in time.
Giants, I'm sure, going to take a look at this play, but the thing about Laurie is he can run. I mean, he's that combination of a guy with power, and I mean, he's got some speed. And you never see a guy faster than when he's sniffing out a base hit. And I think they got him.
They did. I believe they did. So the umpires will take a look at it. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the San Francisco Giants are challenging the ruling at first base.
I'm writing down 5-3.
You gonna do that?
I am.
All right.
think he's out. This is the look here that really gives you the opinion that he is OUT.
Look at Brett Laurie.
He saw it and started running back in the dugout. I like that. Well, that turns out to be a great play from Matt Duffy. To be able to get that ball over to Buster Posey to deny the speed of Laurie. Laurie not happy.
So what do you think he's unhappy with?
Instant replay.
Thought it was a good idea until just now.
Yeah, he liked it for almost 2 years, and then today he's over it.
We've had it. Well, look, I'm not going to say Brett Laurie was standing on first figuring out his average, but given the fact that I did the same thing, yeah, I know why he's upset. You get the average figured out with the hit, and now you got to figure out the average without the hit. I've been there. This is bounce to Tomlinson, and that's going to end the inning. Hey. 8-4.
Area is brought to you by Ring Central. Business communications made simple.
Well, Friday, October 2nd is African American Heritage Night presented by AT&T. Your special event package includes a collector's edition Willie Mays t-shirt designed by world-famous painter Justin Buah. Tickets to the game will be against the Rockies. You get that too, so go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Duffy. Duffy fouls it back. Duffy, single in the first, lined out to right in the second. He takes low and away. A's with a 4-run lead. Giants led 4-0 and then 4-3. And then all of a sudden the A's came up with an inning where they dropped a 5 spot on the Giants. He takes low. Duffy's got that average right at 300.
Good fastball in the outside corner from Brooks. I mean, that was right down, perfect location. Matt Cain heated up in the Giants bullpen.
Duffy on the ground to second. Laurie to first, one out. And that'll bring up Posey. Buster is flied out and walked. Both those at bats came against Zito.
Number 28, Buster Posey.
And a first pitch strike to Buster Posey. Well, we know one thing. The final score in this game is not going to be 5-4. The final will not be 5-4.
5-4?
It's the final of the last 3 games.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Forgot about that. I had washed that clean.
Yeah, I did too. Until I was running out of stuff to talk about. It's 2 down here in the 5th.
Giants 3 heartbreakers. In San Diego, they had the lead, and bullpen gave it up, which doesn't happen very often. So you have those 2 tough losses, and then last night, 3rd day in a row going down 5-4 now. It's kind of odd.
The first 2, the Giants lost leads late. The one last night, the Giants were trying to win one late. And they had a good shot at it. But could not come up with the big hit. Bird is 1 for 2. Shoots this one down the right field line. Is it trouble? You bet. And Bird, in a Giants uniform, has got another extra base hit. His second double of the game.
And once again, using the right side of the field. They set up in the inside corner. They leave it out over the plate at the knees. I mean, location-wise, that's not a bad pitch. Now, if he tries to pull that ball, he rolls it over. It's a little ground ball to the shortstop here. Opposite field double, and it sets up an opportunity for Crawford, who has really cashed in so many times in RBI situations this year. Career high 81 RBIs, career high 20 home runs. Giants need a little thump right now. Get that enthusiasm back in their dugout.
So here's Crawford. Swing and a miss. Giants asked for that ball that Bird hit, and they toss it in. Hunter Pence grabbed it in front of the dugout. And Danny Peterson in our truck looked it up. 1,500 career hits.
It's a lot of hits.
I don't have that ball.
Me either.
Murph's got it. You see, you don't need an authenticator if Murph has got the ball.
Murph's, he's the authenticator.
He is the authenticator. Outside to Crawford. Murph going on a limb taking this road trip, huh?
Yeah, this is the first road trip he's made all year. I do have a 1,500 ball, though. Actually, I don't have it. The guy that hit it off me has it. I gave up 1,500 hits.
Yeah. Well, you don't give up 1,500 hits unless you pitch a lot of innings, like 4,000.
I didn't end there. I gave up 2,188. I just looked it up.
A lot of infield hits, a lot of bloops.
Oh, if that were true. That's a lot of hits.
How many grand slams?
None.
None.
That was great. A friend of mine sent me a stat. Says, "Hey, you're third on the list of guys who gave up the most home runs without a grand slam." Should I be excited about this?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
At this point in our careers, where 80% of our audience didn't even realize we played. They did what? Dad, they played?
Really?
Yeah. Four-fingered gloves. Didn't wear helmets. What an era. Close pitch.
Well, 196 home runs is what I gave up. 196. But I did give up a grand slam to Willie McCovey.
Right. I know the story.
And it went over above the foul pole candlestick, and then the umpire was following it down the line, stumbled, looked up, and he saw it hook foul, which it did, but it was fair by 10 feet. Called it foul.
Crawford is going to take the walk. So now, got a couple of guys that have been known to park one once in a while. And one swing of the bat, Giants are very close. So here's Mac Williamson.
Now batting, number 51, Mac Williamson.
Williamson is popped out and struck out. And he takes inside for a ball.
He's been trying to jam him with hard stuff. When you're 6'4", I mean, you kind of get used to that.
Now they're set up away. A little pop-up out into right field. And Laurie's going to make the basket catch, and they'll end the inning. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It remains 8-4. Athletics.
We've been getting a pretty good look at rookie Mac Williamson, and he had a big moment last night when he recorded his first major league hit. I spoke to him about it today, and he said after a couple of rough first at-bats, he knew he needed to put that ball in play. He relaxed, let it go, and he squared up real good on it. He said it felt good. He said it's 20 years in the making. He started playing Little League Baseball at 5 years old. He's 25 today, and that baseball, guess what, you guys? It's going to his mom, Kathy, with a C, not with a K. He wanted to make sure you guys knew that. Dwayne?
Kathy with a C? Absolutely. Well, he hit the ball hard.
Yeah, both of his hits last night were bullets.
Well, he's also, by the way, a gentleman. When it's time for a change, think Speedy, oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Hit out into shallow right field. Bird is coming in, and he'll make the catch.
So Matt Cain in for his second relief appearance. 2-4 with a 6.20 ERA. 40 strikeouts and 19 walks. And for Cain, it's been a frustrating year for him because he has never really been able to get locked into a set of mechanics which would allow him to control his pitches. And the last couple times we've seen him, though, he's really taken strides. He is very excited about this offseason and a fresh start next year.
And a strike to Billy Burns.
When he's right, you're going to see a low 90s fastball. He will pitch high in the zone with the fastball. He's always been able to do that. He's got a changeup, a cutter, a curveball. Give you a lot of different looks.
Well,
got Brown.
Wouldn't it be something if he makes a full comeback and pitches like Cain can pitch?
Well, that's the plan, and that's the hope. He knows it's in there. Everything he's throwing now is out of the stretch. You see the foul ball that goes up the arm of Brown and catches a piece of him. Buster Posey knows that feeling, and so does every other catcher that they're strapped it on behind the plate.
Speaking of Buster Posey, back in 2006, Matt Cain threw a one-hitter. So he strikes out Jason Kendall.
If you remember, they had taken him out of the rotation, and then he got back in the rotation going into this start, and then he just locked it on.
Here's Mike Matheny.
I like that guy.
Yeah. Here's Cannon. And tight to Cannon. Cannon, a couple of hits. His last hit was a ball that Parker lost in the sun. Swing and a miss. Cain's throwing the ball good right now.
Well, he threw the ball really well out of the bullpen the last outing too. Just he had his command, and he had a command of the 5 different types of movement. He's got to be believing that next year's set up for comeback player of the year.
Oh, nice and crisp.
Well, he has continued to work hard at the puzzle to try and figure it out when he came out of the rotation. He and Dave Rigetti a lot of time in the bullpen, refining. And I think the success that they've had since he's gone to the pen that's what's got him excited about the offseason, about next year.
Pagan drifting back as it starts to carry, but he'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. 6th inning coming up. 8-4 A's. game. That's next Sunday. It'll be against the Rockies. Remember, it's an hour earlier start. You have an opportunity to win special prizes like tickets on Virgin America. Mike and I are going to get involved in that. Levi's 501 gift certificate, Chevron gas, and much more. One lucky fan is going to win the grand prize, a 2016 Toyota Tacoma SR5 V6 double cab. Important double cab.
Yeah, you got to get the double cab.
sfgiants.com. Get there at 11:30. Here's Parker. Parker, a home run and a ground ball. He's 1 for 2. Swinging a foul.
Good change up there from Brooks.
Look out. And a strike.
There's the Lieutenant Governor of California, former Mayor of San Francisco, Gavin Newsom. Loves baseball.
Looks like he's surrounded.
See, he can't go to a game without holding the ball either. He's that kind of guy.
Yep. Loved it when he gave us the tour.
When he was the mayor of San Francisco, it was a good one. Well, there is a lot of history in that building, City Hall in San Francisco. And he's a good storyteller, too.
Gave us some great Willie Brown stories.
Yes, he did.
He's an old lefty. I can tell by the way he's spinning it.
Yep.
1-2. Parker. Foul back. Got Vogt on the left forearm.
So if you're a pitcher, you're going to take a walk that you don't need to take just to give your catcher a little time for the intensity of the pain to kind of go away.
Got him.
So a changeup on the outside corner and a corner strike. I don't think Jared Parker overly enthusiastic about the call here.
Wasn't a strike, that's why. So here's Brown. Brown with an infield hit in the fourth. Outside to Brown. He's got 3 hits now in his major league career. He's 3 for 16. And a strike. Pretty good rhythm now for Aaron Brooks.
Tom Hudson talking him over with tomorrow's starter, Chris Heston. Hudson started this one, did not get out of the second.
And a fair ball. Brown's going to go for 2.
It all started with a 1-out double. Take a look at the swing. High fastball away and just doing a nice thing. You see the head stays still right through the swing, and that's the goal. And the nice thing he does is goes with the location.
Number 16.
These are things you work on every day in batting practice, but it looks nice when it happens in a game. And those are at bats that hitting coaches will save when the guy's scuffling. Go back and point out all the good things he did in that swing. And there were a lot of them.
Pagan takes a strike. Pagan is 1 for 3. Chip away time. Get one here, get one there.
Yeah, you're right. It's time to put a few things on the board. They haven't done it since the second inning. Giants at one time in this game had a 4-0 lead.
Out of play. Up high.
The A's defensively in this series have played well. Their defense has more errors than any other team in baseball. They have 117 errors. Giants on the year have 73.
Tap foul. Outfield straight away with the exception of Burns. He's shading Pagan towards left center. Out of play. All right, somebody come up with it? Yes.
We have a winner. All right, nice going. It's not her first game.
She's got the George Hendrick visor on.
It looked good on him too.
He played in games with it. Down low. Major League Baseball finally said, George, you can't wear that visor.
See, I don't know why it gets so hot. Visor seems like it would serve its purpose. Remember the very first time we went into Florida when the Florida Marlins first came into the league. They are now the Miami Marlins. But in batting practice, they did something we'd never seen before. They were out there in shorts and T-shirts, visors. As hot as it was every day down there in Florida, they found a way to beat the heat. I thought that just makes too much sense.
Yep. Get on the ground into right field, a base hit. And here comes Brown, and he's going to score.
That is a big swing of the bat. Because that'll breathe a little life into the dugout for the Giants. A nice two-strike money hit. Ball right over the plate at the knees, so it's not like he was a hanger. He went down and got this thing, hooked it right in the hole on the right side. What'd you say? Chip away?
Chip away. Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson chops this one. They'll get one, and that's it. That's one if you're Laurie, best wise not to throw because of the speed of Tomlinson. So Duffy's going to hit with Tomlinson at first.
Now batting, number 5, Matt Duffy.
See the number 50 behind Aaron Brooks? That's in honor of Dallas Braden.
Yeah.
He wore number 50 here.
Really?
Through a perfect game. He wore 51 for the perfect game, but so it's either that or the 50-yard line, one or the other. Trying to help out Dallas Braden here, who's become a really nice broadcaster.
Yeah, he does a good job. Well, I'm going to say is for Dallas Braden.
Yeah, I am too. Or Belfort, Grant Belfort. If that's obviously where the 50-yard line is, then we could be actually sitting in the booth that Greg Papa does the games for the Raiders. It's a perfect view.
It is a perfect view. No doubt.
Hit into the gap. Nobody's going to get there. And on the move is Brown. Make that Tomlinson. Here's the throw home. Not in time. Duffy with a double and an RBI. Chip away.
Chip away.
And here's Buster Posey.
And another nice opposite field at bat. And with that, the A's crank up the bullpen.
28, Buster Posey.
A's get up the left-hander Drew Pomeranz and the right-hander Fernando Rodriguez. And it is red alert time. So Kurt Young, pitching coach for the A's, going to come out, kill time.
Buster today is 0 for 2 with a walk.
Kill time, get out there to slow things down a bit. Start talking about basic throwing skills. Give him a little 3-pitch plan. Either pat him on the back or chew on his backside a bit. Meeting over.
The next pitch for Brooks will be number 50.
That seems to be the theme of the inning.
Ah, I get it. So that's where they put the pitch count back there now.
That's the pitch count.
Oh, and 1 to Buster Posey. Up the middle and a base hit. Here comes Duffy. And Posey with an RBI single. And it's 8-7.
And here come the Giants. Nice little 2-out rally. It's like a little slider. Outside corner, Posey not trying to do too much, right back up the middle, and that's going to bring out Bob Melvin. And Aaron Brooks' day is done.
That's Giants fans along the first base side. Yes, indeed. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
notifications from NBC Bay Area News. Plus, your favorite NBC shows live, and you'll see them on demand. Simply download the NBC Bay Area app, select Watch Live TV Now from the menu, register, and you are good to go.
Eight 7 A's. So there's your new pitcher.
Fernando Rodriguez, the right-hander, coming into the game now for Oakland. 51 games this year. He's 4-2 with a 4.00 ERA. Look at the strikeouts. 61 and 54 innings. And he's got 4 pitches, a fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. And you'll see a high, low to mid-90s fastball. I mean, that's a good velocity fastball.
Here's Bird. Bird on the ground. And a backhanded play by Valencia. And his throw is on one hop, and they got him. So nice play by Valencia, and that's going to end the inning. Giants score 3 times. It's 8-7.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Here it's a 8-7 ball game. 8-7, that's right. And the hitter will be Josh Reddick. And Reddick facing Kane. And he takes a pitch high, 1 ball and no strikes. Reddick is 0 for 2. Two and 0. So an important inning for Kane and the Giants. This is Giants need a shutdown inning is what they need. This is hit high to right field. Bird puts it away. So Berrizito taking it in for now. Very well will come back out.
Now getting third baseman, 26, Danny Valencia.
Those are the stairs that both teams take to get on the field here in Oakland. Kind of reminds you of Candlestick, the way that both teams used to have to take the runway to get on the field. That was not always a good thing.
Yeah, you kind of meet somebody you didn't like very much. Say you knock somebody down or you stuck one in their ribs. There's a little flare to left and it's going to fall. So Valencia today has got the magic one, dude.
Well, he's blown up a couple of bats, and he's gotten 2 hits with him. He took the handle all the way down to first base with him.
Now batting the catcher.
Yeah, frustrating for a pitcher. He made a good pitch, get in his hands, blow a guy up, and he still gets a knock. But that is really an example of how strong the guy is, that he can get it out over the heads of the infielders when he hits it 2 inches above his thumbs.
Here's Vogt. And the pitch is high. So you go around, you got yourself a hit, and all of a sudden you say, hey, there's my hand. Somebody go pick it up.
He almost tripped on it.
Down low.
Take a look at the swing. A lot of moving parts, big leg hitch, and then boom. Blow that bad boy up.
Brown or Duffy, who's it going to be? Not a problem. Remember, this kid is also an infielder.
Well, didn't even drop his mask. Just, I got this one one-handed, not a problem.
He dropped it when he realized he might have to throw the ball.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's a guy who might tag.
So here's Butler. Butler takes a strike. Down low.
Josh Osich heating up in the Giants bullpen. Just missing with a little breaking ball in the outside corner. One thing we know about Billy Butler, when he's swinging it good, it's line to line. He'll hit the ball wherever he's throwing.
He's going to watch his old team go to postseason, and that's the Royals. Deep to left. Off the foul pole. Gone. So that's his 15th.
Look at the location. They're trying to get in tight, and he leaves it out over the plate, right at the belt. And then it's just a matter: is it going to stay fair or is it going to go foul? And he hits it right off the foul pole.
Or he takes one up and in, 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, it got out to the foul pole quick, about 3/4 of the way up.
Side retired. 10-7. Crawford's going to lead things off.
by your local Toyota dealer, and this was a matchup between two veterans who are on their way out of baseball. Great careers, Barry Zito, Tim Hudson. And a lot of emotion in the ballpark and a lot of applause. Bay Area fans enjoyed these guys in both uniforms. And when it was over, they walked off to ovations again. And that's our Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. It is 10-7 A's through 6.
And here's Crawford. Crawford takes a strike. He's 0 for 2. Williamson. And then Parker. There's 94 and a foul back. Very high. 1 and 2.
Mac Williamson chalking up. Giants, though, with a 3 spot in the 6th, I mean, they have to be thinking pretty good thoughts offensively. To the A's credit, they threw a 2 spot and answered it. So with 3 innings left, I don't think 10-7 is going to be the final score of this game.
I don't believe it is. This one got weird early.
Well, we said it earlier on this road trip. When games get weird, they stay weird.
Hit into left center field, and Sam Full will make the running catch.
Nice play. Good at bat. Nice play. I mean, Rodriguez really not popping anybody up. Both guys he's facing hit the ball really hard. There's been 2 really good defensive plays that have denied the Giants. Add this to the list. The A's have 3 guys in their outfield that can play center field, and they can cover some ground.
Williamson is 0 for 3. And it's high. 1 ball and no strikes. And he flips one into right field, a base hit. So Williamson with his first hit of the day. It's going to bring Parker to the plate, and we'll see if Bob Melvin's going to come out.
And here he comes, right on cue. the one ball that has hit the softest off of Rodriguez, that's a base hit.
Yeah, that's the one that's got him out of the game. So we're going to take a break. It's 10-7 A's, and we'll be back. Esurance Giants postgame live. You get highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. So here's Drew Pomeranz. He'll be the new pitcher.
Drew Pomeranz, the lefty now in for Oakland, as he has done this year. He's been a swingman. He's been in 52 games, 9 of which he has started. 5-6, 3.480 ERA, 82 strikeouts in 85 1/3. He's got good stuff. Low to mid-90s with the fastball. He will sink and cut that fastball. He's got a curveball and a changeup.
And it's Jarrett Parker who will step in. And Parker will hit a high drive to center field. It is out of here. He has done it again. Unbelievable.
He'd make it look easy.
As Butch Cassidy said to the Sundance Kid, who is that guy?
Well, there's a few people in both dugouts saying that same thing. That's exciting.
It's his second of the game.
5th since he's been called up.
Here's Brown. Brown with a high pop-up into shallow right field. And it's going to fall. And they got him! What a throw. Brown's not leaving.
Well, Pat Hoberg, the second base umpire, making the call. And it looks like it's Reddick who has a great arm. And I think they got him.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, this is an absolute strike. They won't even look at that. That is a big league assist right there in a one-run ball game. And for Trevor Brown, you just realize, hey, this is the big leagues. They make plays like that.
So here's Pagan. Pagan is 2 for 4.
So Jarrett Parker, the talk of baseball, 26 at bats, 5 home runs. I see everybody's wondering who this guy is. And it's not only that, but it's how he's hitting them. He's only hit 1 to right field as a left-handed hitter. The other 4, 2 to center, 2 to left, and 1 to center last night in the upper deck here.
One and 2 to Pagan. Didn't quite hit it as far to center field as the one last night.
Still, I mean, taking on the deep part of the yard.
Far enough. That foul.
Parker had 23 home runs this year in Sacramento. And that tied him for 5th most in the Pacific Coast League. But up here, you have a little more information on your opponent.
Into center field. And that's going to end the inning. So Parker hits his second of the game, his third in 3 games. It's bye-bye baby, and it's back to a 1-run lead. To the Parker home run, it's a 10-9 game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Osich is on the pitch, and he'll be facing Eric Sogard. Sogard. A hit in 2 at-bats. He drew a walk as he takes a strike. Down low. Four for 8, 4 home runs, last 3 games. So he got a miss. Remember, he hit the opposite field home run in San Diego late in the game to give the Giants the lead. He could not hang on to the lead.
Well, that's the kind of stuff you do. You win Player of the Week awards.
Sogard taken care of.
Good hard breaking ball. I mean, that is a breaking ball at 90 miles an hour. It's a slider. 3 pitches. Go mid to high 90s with his fastball velocity, but he'll go 89 to 92 with the slider. He's also got a changeup that he has no problem throwing. Otero, Ryan Dole. 2 right-handers.
Inside to Sam Fold. Tap to Tomlinson. And here's Burns. Two Nets retired.
Now batting center fielder, number 1, Billy Burns.
And here's your third Nat. And what is Nat like about a hitter? Well, guys that that don't help you out and chase. They know the strike zone. They're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. Tough to strike out.
And they're fast.
And fast. Did we forget fast?
Well, we just added it on. There's a strike.
Osich trying to put the final out on the board, make it a shutdown inning. The Giants are going to lead off with Kelby Tomlinson, so they got the big part of their order coming up in the top of the 8th.
Angel Pagano will get himself underneath this one, and that'll end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning, only the 3rd in the game. It'll be Tomlinson to lead it off.
The 8th inning, and Bruce Bochy shared some very powerful words about his 2015 club. He said, "We are not where we want to be," but he is very proud of how his guys have played, that they have fought so hard. Even after tough losses, they have not stopped. They've given it their all, and they have a lot of pride and a lot to be proud of. Pretty poignant, guys.
Yep. He is proud of his bunch. They have fought hard, that's for sure. There's a base hit up the middle for Tomlinson. What do you got?
Well, the Giants are going to come home Monday for a 4-game series against the Dodgers. There are still $25 dynamic deal tickets available for the Monday, Tuesday night games. And Wednesday is a 7:50 start, 15 start as well. And Thursday, day baseball, 12:45. Tickets available for all 4 ball games. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. And remember, there are dynamic deals available for Monday and Tuesday.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. in the top of the 8th inning, and there's your new pitcher. It's Ryan Dole.
Started the year off a Double-A ball, went to Triple-A, and really pitched well at every level, and he has continued to do so here at the big league level. 13 strikeouts in 12 2/3, just 10 base runners allowed. When you take your bats against him, you're going to get a fastball that's got good sink and cut to it, hard slider, and a changeup. A's are very high on this young right-hander.
So here's Duffy with good speed at first. Donaldson's got 5 steals, scored twice in this game.
Dole pretty quick out the stretch, not an easy guy to steal on.
In the dirt, dug out by Vogt.
Duffy, Tomlinson, the type of guys you can put a play on. Tomlinson has excellent speed, and Duffy has excellent bat control. And the other equation, if you're thinking about a hit and run, Ryan Dole throws strikes. He's also a guy you might consider doing it with because he puts a lot of balls on the ground.
And a strike.
That unload time 1.12 seconds, and that was slower than his previous one, which is under 1 second. Kirk Reeder territory.
Remember, a lot of foul territory. Canna is over, and he'll make the catch.
Well, that's an Oakland at bat right there. San Francisco, that's a strike, and you're still in the batter's box. But here, the biggest foul territory in baseball. And if you've got corner infielders or outfielders that have range, they can really take some at-bats away. And here, Canna does that very thing. Duffy sent packing.
Buster Posey is 1 for 3. And he flips one to right. Reddick is coming in. He can't get it, and it rolls behind Reddick. And on the move is Tomlinson. And they're going to hold him up.
Wisely.
So the tying run is at third.
Set an outside target. This kind of just hangs middle end. Posey fights it off. Reddick was playing very deep. And once it gets by Reddick, I think he makes a nice play to get back in time to keep Tomlinson at third. Tomlinson had to hold up a bit to see if this is going to get caught. And right about here, Roberto Kelly putting on the stop sign, and if he does it, Tomlinson's out by 20 feet.
So here's Bird, who's had some terrific at-bats today. And he pulls it foul. I'm not sure if I agree with the infield all the way in or not.
You're showing a lot of confidence in your pitcher, because you are opening it up for a hitter, especially a guy who's had good at-bats today, like you mentioned. He just buried the inside location with 88-mile-an-hour sink.
Tying run at third. Potential lead run at second. See if they try to go back in there again to Marlon Byrd. 1-2.
Yeah, that's a situation. You get an 0-2 count. You got to back up a location in. You either miss in or nothing. Cannot leave it out over the plate.
Back in. Into left center field. Fold is going to run it down. Tomlinson is tagging, and this game is tied. Absolutely nothing Sam Fold could do. It's 10-10.
Oh, but what a great at bat. I don't think Marlon Byrd hit this anywhere near the sweet spot, but he's strong enough to get it out deep enough. The A's appeal third base to no avail. But they set inside. This is right to the target, and he fights it off. And here's what you're talking about. Fold on the run. I mean, there's no time to set his feet. Not with the speed of Tomlinson. And he has to throw on the run off balance. There's just no way. He has an average arm at best, and when he's not planting his feet, no chance.
So Crawford's going to be walked intentionally.
So if you're a young hitter, you're going to take the challenge? Tick you off a bit?
No, you're actually very happy that they're doing this.
Well, the Giants are going to pinch hit.
Does it look like Alejandro Diaz?
It is.
So Diaz will hit for Mac Williamson.
Giants have 4 moves on the bench with extra players. A's have 8.
Your attention,
The reason
please.
for that are all the injuries that have hit the Giants. They just don't have many guys left. Bruce Bochy going to his most experienced at bat on the bench on the left side.
So Buster Posey at second. Outside to Diaz with Parker on deck.
Well, and I got to believe that Dole wants to pitch to Diaz more than he wants to pitch to Parker. Parker has had to impress everybody in uniform today.
Yeah. Two and 0. I mean, right now, the most dangerous guy in baseball is on deck.
That's right. Literally. 4 hits in his last at bat. They're all home runs. That's dangerous. And Dole's not close.
Dole wants to go after Parker. He's walking Diaz intentionally here.
Well, the A's finally get up Fernando Abad, the left-hander, and he's heating up quickly.
And the walk.
Not close.
It was Dole last night who gave up the one that Parker hit into the upper deck here at the Coliseum.
And with Kurt Young coming out, I mean, it usually means that pitcher on the hill, Dole, is going to pitch to another guy.
He's got to face him. So The two guys that have hit 4 home runs in 3 games, Cepeda, Hall of Famer, and Jared Parker, now called Babe.
As rookies.
Now batting, number 47, Jared Parker.
The Babe.
He hits it high. He hits it deep. It is out of here. Unbelievable. Bob Melvin's coming out. Parker has hit 3 home runs this afternoon. He hit 1 last night, and he hit 1 on Thursday in San Diego. I don't believe it.
And they're in the cheap one of the bunch. And the Babe, indeed the most dangerous man in the game, on a first pitch fastball just unloads. And this place just erupted.
It's 14-10.
Well, he just did something not even the great Cepeda did. Hit it, start measuring, and then sees it drop into the bleachers, and the reaction, yeah.
Have a day, kid. That's 7 RBIs today. Take a look at the dugout. Take a look at the fans.
Well, that's a historical day. When you witness something like that, it'll get you out of your seat. That man right there, Tim Hudson, enjoying every bit of it, as it is Jarrett Parker Day here at the Coliseum. 18 hits by the Giants.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change at Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Fernando Abad, the new pitcher for the A's, and this place is still humming.
Yeah. 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and yes, he did make 2 outs in this game, which is really hard to believe. A ground ball and a strikeout.
Wow. We are not worthy.
There's a strike to Trevor Brown, who, by the way, has 3 hits. Got that average now up to 278. So Trevor Brown.
It's great when you can hear that buzz in a ballpark when something has gone off like we just witnessed. Very special moment.
That's going to end the inning. Well, what an afternoon for Jared Parker. Take a look at this. It is bye-bye, baby. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Day again tomorrow, and you can check us out right here on CSN Bay Area. Pregame live will start at 12:30, and the game will start at 1 o'clock. I'm assuming that Jared Parker is going to be in the lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him like the rest of the year.
Do you think that Bruce Bochy has that rule? If you hit 3 home runs in a game, you get to play the next day?
I do believe he has that rule.
Here's Osich. He's facing Mark Canha. And a swing and a miss. Osich came in. He got the 3 nets. Now it's Canha, Reddick, and Valencia. Quite the opposite. There was a point in this game, and it was somewhere in the second inning, where I did not think that Tim Hudson was going to smile today. And boy, did we get a great shot of him smiling in the dugout after the Parker home run.
That's as sincere a smile as he could give you.
There's a strike.
But it just gets back to the point. When you sit there as a ball player and you watch games day in, day out, and then all of a sudden somebody separates themselves from the herd and does something miraculous. And Jared Parker has done that today, a 3 home run, 7 RBI day, and that gets everybody in that dugout excited.
Buster Posey's going to have to fight the sun, and he'll put it away. Osich, 4 up, 4 down. And here's Reddick. What's that talking about? You want to see a happy face? Look at that boy right there.
Tim Hudson. It just tells you all about the guy. Didn't go that well for him today, but he's still out there cheering his teammates on. And
he could be in the clubhouse, right, having a beer.
Yeah, exactly. I love that about this generation of player. And that guy has separated himself.
Reddick finding out what a lot of the hitters in the National League are finding out, that if Osich has got his stuff going, he's tough. Tapped. Tomlinson gets rid of it quickly, and they got him. Buster Posey stayed on the bag. 2 out.
Reddick getting down that line well. He will put pressure into play. Tomlinson really had to be quick with his feet to get off a throw.
Now you see the note on the 3 home runs by a rookie. The last to do it was Andrew McCutchen with the Pirates in 2009. Valencia at the plate with 2 outs. And he takes low.
Giants are down this game 8-4. In the 6th, 7th, 8th innings, they scored 10 runs.
And in the middle of all of that is the 2nd and 3rd home runs by Parker. You get a 2-run home run that gets you a little closer, and that's what Parker's did in the 7th. You start to think you're going to win. Foul through Brown's legs. It's 1-2. Well, a mixed crowd of A's and Giants fans for a lot of reasons. One, because of the 2 guys that started this game. But Giants fans had a chance to make a lot of noise. 3 runs. A lot of noise late. 3 runs in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and then 5 in the 8th. Outside to Valencia. So 3-2.
Osich just missed that cutter at 90 miles an hour on a 2-2 pitch.
Osich knocks it down. Valencia is going to have a hit.
Third hit of the day for Valencia.
Now hitting the catcher. 21.
Pitch count not an issue with Osich. He's just 23 pitches here, even though he is in his second inning of work. Giants have Sergio Romo in their bullpen ready to go. This will be Osich's last hitter no matter what, with Billy Butler, the right-handed hitter, on deck.
No balls and 1 strike. This vote went around.
Commando, no gloves. Old school.
In the dirt.
If you're hitting today, how would you hit? 2 gloves, 1 glove?
I'd have 2 gloves. I think you just have a better grip on the bat with 2 gloves. I mean, look, now it's shocking to see wide receivers that don't have gloves on.
Well, plus gloves have evolved. I mean, they're amazing now, the grip you get with gloves. See, why doesn't everybody use them? Well, guys like the feel of the bat. Stephen Vogt.
This is hit out to right. Apple's developing gloves now that'll tell you what's coming. The 9th inning coming up.
Well, no doubt about it today. How about Jared Parker? 3 home runs. Here's the first one, a solo shot opposite field here. This was one he hit in the 7th inning, a 2-run shot to center, and then with the bases loaded, he unloads to right field. A 3 home run, 7 RBI day. Babe Parker is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda. Let's go, Babe.
Here's Otero. Mays, Pence, Parker, 3 home runs in a game.
And 7 RBIs. I'm not really sure he knows exactly what he did today.
I know.
That's going to hit him sometime tonight.
Pagan takes a ball. It's a ball and a strike. There's Otero.
39 times that Otero has come in. He's had a rough year. Had an outstanding season last year. This year he has not been able to get untracked.
Out of play. Five home runs in his last 9 at bats. So a guy says, yeah, I'm 5 for my last 9. Really? Yeah, they're all home runs, by the way.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know that.
Got him. Pagan knew it, and here's Tomlinson.
Little 2-seam movement that kind of comes back into the strike zone. Otero give you 4 looks. He's got low 90s fastball and excellent command. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup.
Tomlinson's had a nice day. He's got 3 singles in this game. There's a strike call.
Well, the Giants' 132-year history, the first rookie to ever have 3 home runs in a game. You're looking at him. And after the game, if you're dressing next to him and you got a locker beside his, you're in trouble.
And just another hit for Tomlinson. And if you're thinking about it, so are we. You need a few more base runners before Parker comes up to the plate. So here's Duffy.
I am thinking about it.
I am too.
Number 5, Matt Duffy.
I mean, how many times did you stand on the on-deck circle waiting to hit in your life where you knew you were going to get a hit?
There were times.
You bet there is.
Absolutely.
And he's in one of those modes right now.
I also was standing when I knew I was going to make an out, too.
Well, of course.
Or I at least wasn't feeling that great about it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but those moments when you absolutely 100% knew you were going to get a hit.
Runner goes. Valencia from deep third. He's throwing plenty of time. And making it easily is Tomlinson.
Well, he never slowed down. That's a play. You better be safe.
Yeah, you got really nothing to gain by it with Buster Posey coming up. You're in scoring position anyway, but you know, if you know you're going to make it, go for it.
Number 28, Buster Posey.
But it does look cool when you get it done.
Posey takes a strike. He's got a couple of hits. Posey on the ground towards the hole. Sogard on the backhand, and that'll end the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the ninth. 14-10 Giants. Giants post-game live right here on CSN Bay Area. It'll be the A's and Giants highlights. You probably see a lot of Jarrett Parker highlights, 49ers preview, and the Raiders preview. They're in Cleveland. So the Giants have a new pitcher.
Sergio Romo coming into the ball game. He's had a fantastic season. 65 games he's been in. 3.19 ERA.
And he's facing Billy Butler. And Butler takes a strike.
Romo is going to face the first two hitters in this lineup because they're right-handed. Butler, then Laurie, the on-deck hitter.
And that pitch is down low. Garcia and Lopez, a couple of the core four. And a base hit for Butler to open up the ninth. So here's Brett Laurie. This has been a weird game. I think the Giants would like to stop the weirdness here in the ninth.
Well, you're right. It's been a great day to hit. Hit 29 hits in this game, 24 runs in this game.
Laurie is 0 for 3. And a strike, and it's 0-1. And a line drive right at Duffy. And 1 out. Happy afternoon for Laurie. And a hit taken away from him on a review, and then 2 line drives. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. And that's a new pitcher. There he is. It's Javier Lopez.
73rd game that he is coming into. Lopez, who has just been such a workhorse. He said, well, yeah, he's a situational guy. He's still getting up and getting in ball games. It's a lot of work. Lefty's hitting 118, righty's hitting 179. And those two numbers right there, all you need to know Still, what he's featured this year has been good and consistently good.
And a line drive into left field, a base hit. That's Simeon, who was pinch hitting.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. For the Athletics, batting for San Paul.
So here's Coco Crisp. And Bruce Bochy's coming out. And Casillas coming in. September baseball. Remember that. 14-10. We'll be back.
Fan, in-depth 49ers coverage every single night, home of the official pre- and post-game shows of the team. Sunday to Sunday, home of the authentic 49ers fan is right here at CSN.
Here's the former A. That's right. Talked about Tim Hudson, the former A, pitching for the Giants today. Here's another one in Santiago Casillas.
A lot of work on the season. Has been a solid season. 57 strikeouts and 53 2/3. Two types of fastball, a little cutter, changeup.
So it's Coco Crisp who's going to hit. Switch hitter. Butler at second. Simeon's at first. High, 1-0. Foul back, so Casillas gets into the strike zone, which is always a good thing, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
He has not worked the last couple of games. He had been a little arm weary. He has had majority of the bullpen coming out of San Diego. So 2 days off, he should be pretty strong in the shoulder.
There's a strike. By the way, congratulations to the Mets.
Mets going to the playoffs.
They win the National League East. Remember, before the season started, they had none chance, according to the experts. Some of those experts were us. Outside, 2-2.
Trying to hook that outside corner with that curveball again.
Chris, not a guy who's going to panic in a 2-strike count. Kind of a prerequisite to be a good leadoff hitter, and he has been a great leadoff hitter in his career.
Got him.
Up top with 94, and he gets a big strikeout. And that fastball had a little movement.
Center fielder, number 1, Billy Burns.
So here's Billy Burns. 1 for 5. And a pitch high, 1-0.
Shadows becoming an issue.
By Burns. He was a count at 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground to Tomlinson. And that's the ball game. So this one started out is a game that was known as the Zito Hudson game, and when it ends, it's known as the Jared Parker game.
Well, it was a day that Giants fans will not soon forget. 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and just a great offensive performance period for the Giants. 19 hits, 14 runs. Wow.
So tomorrow's game will be the rubber match, and the winner of that game will win the series. Here, final score. Giants 14, A's 10. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live. That's going to start right now.
Got it, baby. Let's go. Nice job.